So now playing the putts at 10. Park Ji-young goes first from the fringe. She's been fighting it a little bit today. She remains at +1. Back-to-back stretch, 3 and 5. The only birdie of the round thus far coming at the second, excuse me. It's Chen Yunji at 11, setting up a tap-in par. And now back with Jihan Seoul. Goes if it stays true. A little too much swoop right to left in the 28-year-olds. Can't help but let a wry smile slip through. And Yulin watched the break come in fairly quickly. Heartbreaker for A1. So generally when you see the players tie their shoes, walk to the front of the green, walk around, just in case gravity decides it wants to just give it that last little nudge.
우주의 기운이 온다.
이미 공을 놨는데 살짝 반틈 살짝 불렀어. 원위치. 네, 살짝만.
It's about 20 centimeters. Jihan Seoul able to knock it in the rest of the way. Scores unchanged. Down to 8 holes to play. Wasting no time. The tee of the next par 4. This is 12 with the Yulin. Gentle right to left movement on the drive. We have 2 in the fairway, 1 in the rough, and the featured group back on the march.
자, 플레이하겠습니다.
Penultimate group, that is, of course. 2 shots at 12 done. And so still with the honor to begin number 11. This next 60 minutes or so will fly on by. 11 through 17 goes par 4, par 4, par 3, par 4, and a couple more par 4s before the big finale. And if you're going to pick one type of hole to be most consistent at, like Jihan Seoul has been, par 4 is a pretty good one. You get 10 of those per round. Helpful when you can wield the mastery. The green. Couple seconds more of a roll and she would have been there. It'll be par.
플레이하겠습니다.
EA1 uneventfully away. She is the baby of the group, there's no doubt. One of her first proper seasons on tour. Park Ji-young rolling back the clocks a little bit this week. Actually, just celebrating 34th birthday in the opening round on Thursday. She will be joining EA1 in the rough and begins the march down the hill. Nearly, very nearly able to find her birdie. It's the story of her tournament. She was putting masterfully in the first round, but she is the exception to the rule in that she has really struggled with this back nine where everyone else, for the most part, has excelled the most. Park Bo-gyam has not birdied on the back nine since number 10 of the second round. And she still finds herself in third. After the bogey at 11, she stabilizes once more. .124, an 8-iron for EU lead. Needs to stay as close to the front right of the green as possible. She took it to heart. That's a great shot.
플레이하겠습니다.
The next hole is 12. In the fairway there we find Chung Yoon-ji. Supporters willing it to clear the fringe. Really, really nicely played. Bo-gyam teeing off on number 13 next. First in the group to do so. Bogeyed here to start the tournament, but pars Friday, Saturday. 12 is front right, 13 is back right. Loses the handle a little bit, ends up in the rough. To see the shot that led to that reaction. See if Jihan Seoul can get the supporters shouting with her approach. It's 136 from fairway to pin. Shows you just how much uphill the putting surface is from the fairway. She has some serious work to do there. Still in sole possession of second, can create a bit of pad for herself here with the birdie. 99% perfect. A bit too much adrift and pops out the other side. Young second on 11. Much more manageable. She's been set just outside of the top three for most of the day, but she's finally back with 2 birdies in the last 3 holes. It's Chung G in the late round, or on the late round prowl. Here's our answer, Lee Dong-eun. She was the one to rightfully earn a shriek from the crowd. 3 birdies with a double bogey sandwiched in there on 11. Solid play from the rookie and riding a bit of momentum right now. Well, she's thrust herself into the spotlight. Takes time to get used to that. And she is still very much in a comfortable position in that runner-up, and certainly not out of it yet. It is down to just these final 7 holes. The deficit might be 3, but it's the thing we love about this sport. Every hole provides a new opportunity for some movement. Fortunately for Lee Dae-yeon, a lot of downward movement, +4 now through hole 13, as she is dropped to nearly even par. See Pang Min-ji, Kim Soo-ji, and some other usual suspects on a final round Sunday in years past, but today thus far, and this week thus far, it's been the Jihan Seoul show. We'll go back to it after a quick break. Great to have you with us, Jihan Seoul. Putting for birdie. This looks promising. Oh, catches the edge. Can hardly believe how close she got without positively affecting the score. She wasn't expecting that one, that's for sure. Ang Yamin still hanging on to a podium place. Her approach at 16 with the 9 iron is excellent. Digs in, slides left, and we'll have just over 2 meters for a birdie. Yeah, how about that? Birdie 11, tied for third now as well. It's getting a little bit crowded up there. Birdie 12, I believe. Mistake on the graphic. Into the par 3, Eileen is on and off into the rough in behind the green. Jay Ream, she just fell the rough after the tee shot and recovers splendidly. Approach game today has been magnificent. Park Ji-young, this looks good. She's to 10 under. A long overdue birdie. 9 holes between circles on the cards. That might just be the proverbial starter's pistol. See what kind of damage she can do in the final 7 holes. Completing the order, we've got it set. EA1 just wanted to get out of there. Birdie on to the next. She's in a great run of form. So now she reaches the 12th tee. Best we've got in the closeout parts of tournaments. Driver still not operating at 100% efficiency.
실례하겠습니다. 멈춰주세요. 자, 저희 갤러리분들 카메라부터.
Park Ji-young also trying to play a bit of that cut. She's deeper in the rough, but also in the rough. Green light for the green sweater wearing Jihan Seoul. She has no problems firing that arrow right down the middle. hole 18, and it's Chegabin. Opportunity to find a 7 under 65 in the final round. Not in the final group, so we haven't seen much from her today, but I tell you, the scoreboard has been appropriately scorched. She'll tap in for a round of 66. She's all the way up to a tie for 8th. Eileen looking to get up and down for a par, leaves just a few short feet left. Some significant left to right break here for Jay Ream. Get over ball, get over ball. Birdies at 8, 10, and 12. This will show us a really telling perspective of how much the mesmerizing to the supporters. She ought to be proud of that one. Well, Chegabin, we will remind you, start of the tournament +5. Since then, 68, 69, and a 66 today. A marvelous finish for her on this championship Sunday.
실례하겠습니다. 잠시만
It's
멈춰주세요.
going to take 2 for Chung Yoon-ji. Yoo-hyun Jo. Likely not to be quite as dramatic, but certainly a good amount of break here still. The break starts a bit early. Fire and ice that putter on Sunday. That's a par for Yuling.
유린 화이팅! 화이팅 화이팅!
Approach at 14 for Lee Dong-eun. For the day, that's about to change. The gallery vocalizing to the ball that it needs to get moving. It's just enough for A1 to reach the green. More shouts of go with the bunker in play. Stank eye from Jian Seoul, disappointed. She's not putting after having been the only one in the group to be in the fairway off the tee. It's a perfect example of why some players are so stuck between clubbing up and clubbing down. That much club and you're well past it. Not enough, and that's when the sand comes in to be a factor. I mean, looks rather dismayed, doesn't she? Big chance for her, but is going to have to be just a par. Not able to crack into the double digits, become the 5th player to do it on this particular occasion. And Jihan Seoul looking like another par for her as well. Settling into a pretty steady rhythm here. Chega being the most recent player to finish a remarkable 66. And unfortunately, our defending champion 1 hole away from another over par round for a title she was trying to defend this week. The Dukshin EPC Seoul Economics Ladies Classic, 2 p.m. local time. Our second hour of coverage will begin after a short pause. Well, Yulene with a little misadventure off the tee as she sends her drive into the rough. Head back to 14. Lee Dong-in on the ascendancy.
이동은 잘한다.
3 birdies in a row, 4 in the last 5 is a really comfortable place to be. Placement that's really good on the par 3.
자, 갤러리 분들 저희 플레이 중에는 제발 카메라 버튼 좀 누르지 말아 주세요.
Nice judgment with the speed and the weights. Ji-young is very much in the zone right now. This was a huge moment. Chancel's caddy drops to his knees in disbelief. 2 in a row now, where she has failed to add any more of a buffer. That close to a birdie. Quite able to get on the brakes in time. Lee could have used a bit more backspin, but the rough makes that tricky. Another close call, but we're settling to a rhythm of pars. Next up is Hung Yumin on 17. Makes a beeline for the back right corner. Sharing second spot now. You eliminate those bogeys from the day thus far, she would be threatening for the top spot. EA1 and in deep. Most of that ball will be camouflaged by the tall grass.
여기는 느끼는 게 맞겠죠.
playing at one of the best levels right now. Not even she can escape the temptation to attack the corner. She'll join EA1 in the rough. Par secured and on to the next. Chancel should likely be at 16 under, but she has been stuck in a rut of pars, trying to change it on hole number 13. She is just 6 away now from officially confirming title number 4. With more and more players nearing the end of the marathon at the 88 Country Club, this is the Dukshin EPC Seoul Economics Ladies Classic here on the LPGA Tour of Korea. return to the perimeter rough. Giving the rest of your group mates a tutorial on how it's done. A bit more oomph on the putt for birdie. We could possibly get much better. Tied for a second now. Come on. Painfully hovering over the hole, but not able to go all the way. Seoul, 2 putts will get her there. She is just cruising along, picking up the pars, but she's certainly starting to have a lot more pressure. Tied for 5th, still 9 under and 5 back with 5 to play. 6, yes, 5 to play. That's how that quick math works. To 14. 70 meters just off the fairway to the left, a ream. For a little bit more bite. The downhill slope makes that tricky. Get around the pond. 1, 2, 3 in a row. Putts have been lacking the drama, but the activity from around the greens has been marvelous. Uni now with a highlight reel approach. Now on to the second to last hole. Hung You Mean slightly misaligned. who now shares 5th position. Jerry. Slightest of taps to get it started down the hill. Not going to have the speed.
영상 미리 눌러주세요.
Blast down towards the end of the ferry for Seoul. She's in a very good position, Shayreem, to find a couple birdies in these final 5, depending on what Seoul is able to do.
실례하겠습니다. 이동 잠시만요.
Always going to be up against it from that distance on the green, but Jung Yoon-ji, no doubt, casts a disappointed figure. par for you, Lee. Final hole, keeping the good up. Top third finish. Janina has gone birdie, few holes of pars, birdie, few holes of pars, but that would be increasing the rate and could be bad news for those in and around her on the leaderboard. Lee Dong-eun will throw it once again. She's up to a tie for 5th position with her 5th birdie of the back 9. Young with a little bit of swagger. She is playing some unbelievable golf at the moment. A little deeper than would have been ideal, and Seoul knows it. Jay Reamer, final par 3 of the tournament. Delivered on a silver platter, and that birdie will propel her further forward. As we reach the bottom of the clock, Seoul Well, she is once again in a position where she's not going to feel particularly optimistic about her ability to end this run of 5 pars in a row, while everyone else around her is starting to nip a bit at her heels. With just over an hour to go before we know who will be our leader or leaders, perhaps after 72 holes, you're not going to want to go anywhere. Our final round of the Dukshin EPC Seoul Economics Ladies Classic will continue.
뭐라는 거 하나도 안 들려. 하나도 안 들려. 이거 써서 소리가.
Sometimes, when the conventional ones stop falling, you need a bit of a surprise shock to the system. Could this be that moment for Jihan Seoul? She's staying at about 90%. Jae-Reem, one of the candidates, if there's to be anyone to catch her, could very well be her. She needed speed. Didn't need that much of it, though. Young adds another, and she's in the group with Jihan Seoul, who will know hole in, hole out, just what her lead is. It's shrinking. Not much we know for a fact. That's an unfortunate one. All the way off the back. It's 2-putt par. The supporters continue to do their part. See if the par 3 can allow her the opportunity to fend off the challengers. Might be a little bit too late for Unina to be considered one of those, but it is a strong fourth and final round nevertheless. A head scratcher, that miss. Well, she was disappointed with how far away she was. She will be elated with that effort, Yulin. Well, she was the talk of the town at the end of the first round, and well, she had a bit of a dip, finishing over par yesterday. 69 confirms that Yang So is the low amateur of our tournament this week. Brilliant performance. Brilliant finish for Hung Yumi. 33 out, 33 in. After being over par yesterday, she puts together her best of the entire week at just the right time. 5th place is hers for now. First to begin the par 3 off the bumper of the right fringe. Out of the sky, we have one far right, we have one far left. Good job continuing to get up and down. Tight at the top. It's been fairly comfortable for Seoul. Not so now, as our final group is on the par 3 15th. It's a 2-stroke advantage with 4 holes to play. And another dozen or so players since our last look at the leaderboard have reached the clubhouse. More from the 88 Country Club in just a few minutes.
정한 선배님 이제 박수만 주세요. 아무도 안 봐. 이제 광고 없어요. 광고 없어.
마지막이에요?
네, 마지막이에요. 자, 예고한다고 됩니다.
Pak Ju-young now at 12 under with 2 holes to play. You think at least one more birdie. At least one more birdie to take home that runner-up position. Through the downslope, about 7 meters away.
야!
Statement of intent.
멀었지? 네, 멀어요.
Not the outcome surely that Yunina was hoping for. She went for more club because she was in the rough, but probably could have clubbed down. There was a break at the end. A glimpse of the outside right edge and nearly a top of the line putt for a birdie. Starting to see the fatigue on a lot of these players. The mountain courses do a number. It's physically tiring as it is mentally. Another small percentage putt for birdie for Jihan Seoul. Uphill speed's going to be the problem for her again. A meter short. She's fortunate that Park Ju-young didn't add another. The lead will be 2 with 3 to play.
네, 알겠습니다.
Now, to be fair, we should not put the cart before the horse. She does have to finish out before we say 2-stroke lead, 3 to play. Stranger things have happened.
안 들어가.
조금만 참고 가봐.
It was a long way back. And Yunina still has her work cut out for her a bit.
플레이할게요.
An absolute rocket off the tee and up the hill.
고생하셨습니다.
Jay Raymond 16. Two putt for par. Woods keeper tied for third.
굿샷!
Feature group is away. 366 meter par 4, 322 meter par 4, and par 5, and that's it. Joe on 16 with a massive display of relief that she's finally back and birdieing after about half a round away. Able to avoid a bogey. Well done. Disappointing one for Chung Yoon-ji. It's just one spot down from where she began the round. Jay Ream off to 17, still 3 back. supporter, was gonna cheer regardless of the result. Can only imagine what you'll say if she holds that putt out. Yuling, just 2 to go. And a mistake. Chung Yoon-ji also not necessarily in the highest level of confidence at the moment. Young also, let's call it encouraged for a decent approach shot.
Okay.
On to 18, she's still tied with Che Ream for 3rd at 11 under. Seoul ready to putt on 16. It's uphill. It has some deceivingly difficult break. I think on the last 4, she's left the birdie putt short. And we can say on the last 5 now, didn't have enough legs to get up the hill. Perfectly driven down the middle of the fairway. And now this becomes one of the most fascinating and important moments of the round. Well, she just did Jian-Sol a big favor. She was being mindful of the downhill nature of that putt. And that close, says her caddy, and he's right. It would have been a one-shot deficit with 2 to play and would have made for a fascinating run-in. Still will be. Approach on 17 for Jay Reem to the corner. On a second birdie of the day and of the back 9. The only one to solve the par 3 in the group. And it brings her back to even for this Sunday afternoon. Set up shot for Yulin. She was walking on to the next before she even had the club at the base of her hand. Well, certainly a can't-miss situation. And you would never expect her to. She remains par perfect. You can see the stress mounting on her shoulders. 2 strokes with 2 to play. As we go to the corner fringe on 18, Lee Dong-eun. These things straight. If anything, it broke the opposite way, and oh no. She's got it all wrong.
자, 플라이 하겠습니다. 자, 플레이 하겠습니다.
VA1 with the honor after her birdie. Sends it down and away into the fairway. A birdie for Pak Ju-young here would increase the drama factor by tenfolds.
자, 플레이 하겠습니다. 잠시만 주세요.
There's the challenge issued. Let's see how Seoul responds. There's the situation after the drive. A shake of the head from Seoul and almost a nod of resignation. Just stopped short by one revolution. Disappointing for Donghyun. A bit of a bizarre one, admittedly. 2 bogeys, a double bogey, and a handful of birdies in this final round. Can't say it wasn't eventful.
잘 봐.
Jay Reem off to the 18 with that par, and you can see the swell of supporters following our feature group. Yulin, third shot on 18. Shot indeed.
오르막 안 하면 125.
안 하면 25에 125. 기회.
We could certainly make the argument that this is the most important shot of the day. Of course, the next one will probably surpass it, but from the rough, Chancel knows she has to pick up a birdie. Just to quell any ambitions of Park Ju-young, and that is the exact opposite of what she needed. Especially if Park Ju-young from the fairway can put it in close, it will set up a thriller of an 18th. That is what ends up happening. I'll never say never, but nearly as close as EA1 would have wanted.
플레이하겠습니다.
Well, no one really went out and delivered a beautiful approach. Jihyun must get there too. A bogey for Chancel would certainly increase the drama factor. How about one last birdie? So Jean, 3 today, a much better back nine. 8 under is where she finishes.
플레이하겠습니다.
Second to last group, headlined by Unina and J.A. Reem. The ladder into the rough. Onto the fist for Chung ENG. Really nice way to finish. Bogey at 3, 4 pars from that point in the final 15 into a share of 5th.
여기까지
She's never expecting birdie here. She is expecting to get it close. And it's going to come on back down. Really, really good putt for our leader. She's reached the end of the line and she's tied for second once again. A bogey-free round of 67 for Yulene. That is a career best, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very impressive. Especially that she was able to improve every single day. Good crack, but a couple of feet short. And it looks as though this dance will go to 18. She'll need a birdie bogey, otherwise it's game, set, match for Jian Seoul.
됐다. 어제는 저 뒤에 떨어져가지고.
Down the narrow fairway of the 18th. Yeah, one will be the final hope for birdie of this group. She left it a little too late, but the birdies are finally falling in bunches for another one of our seasonal bests. Building on a fantastic breakout year. Looks to be in the top 5 surely for the points and the money list. A quick swig for Jian Seoul and try to tap this in, the short distance remaining. So she can still bogey and win it, barring an eagle, of course. But she can still bogey and be guaranteed at least the playoff. I'll be honest, it's been fun this Sunday, hasn't it? We're so used to the young stars, the first-time winners, and how amazing those stories are. These are two battle-hardened veterans who have proven they know exactly what it takes to be a champion. 32-year-old Park Ju-young, 28-year-old Jihan Seoul. With just one par 5 to decide this tournament.
나이스 버디.
볼! 앞에 멈추세요. 자, 플레이 하겠습니다. 이동 멈춰주세요. 자, 저희 갤러리 분들 카메라 버튼 좀 누르지 말아주세요. 앞으로 너무 나가지
The
말아주세요.
responsibility of the first drive, and it's in regulation.
플레이하겠습니다. 플레이할게요.
Tucking it neatly in behind it. So we're 2 for 2. It's been a theme for Jian Seoul. Just into the rough. Cut it across with a hybrid or 5-wood into the fairway, and she should be golden. It's a great great third, excuse me, for Che Reem. No, she's not going to like this one. She will be pleasantly surprised, I think. Something in the swing gave her a visceral reaction, but that's just fine.
나 좋지 뭐 편하고. 나 좋지 뭐 편하고. 아 그거 다시 정리하면 되지.
Approach for Yuni now. Just a little more than
잠시 순서
60
소개가
meters.
있겠습니다. 삼천리 소속 KLPGA 투어 통산 1승 2024 시즌 신인왕을 확정한 유현조 선수입니다.
앞에 레드에서 8개. 220.
이런 파란색깔 처음 보거든요.
너무 예뻐?
괜찮아요.
One less big time putt for the road. Uni now finishes the tournament at 10 under par with 4 birdies in this final round. Pinged from rough to rough. She hasn't made it easy on herself. That's for certain.
실례하겠습니다.
Let's see what EA1 has in store. She's been magnetized to the fairways on the back nine. Comes down to the approaches and the putts. Tournament hanging in the balance.
아니야, 이거.
Just missing to the inside. It is fourth position for 5 pars in a row to end a fairly impressive back nine. And also, the skies have just opened up. Maybe 10 minutes too early. A good dousing. And that's why you always keep the umbrella in the bag, just in case.
파란색 있는데.
서 있는데
파란색 있는데 왜?
저거 뭐 덕신하고 서울경제 사이에.
택시까지가 100이지? 150?
heavy rain falling. Seoul has just delivered a third shot that is going to see her win this tournament, barring some kind of complete and utter collapse. 3 putts from there. Probably just needs 2. Might just need the 1. Young has to respond, and just gonna hang on to the green. To make that putt, Seoul needs to miss her first 2. That would force a playoff, but I remember saying about 3 hours ago, she might not need a birdie.
잠시 선수 소개가 있겠습니다. 홍명찬 선수에게 큰 박수와 응원 부탁드리겠습니다. 먼저 KB금융그룹 소속 KLPGA 투어 통산 6승, 2024 시즌 3승을 기록하고 있는 이혜원 선수입니다. 계속해서 동부건설 소속 KLPGA 투어 통산 1승, KLPGA를 대표하는 엄마 골퍼 박주영 선수입니다. 네, 박주영 선수와 함께 들어오고 있는 선수는 동부건설 소속 KLPGA 투어 통산 3승, 2년 만에 우승에 도전하는 지한솔 선수입니다.
올라가겠습니다.
had been her final chance. Young coming oh so close to just the second win of her career. She was far and away the most impressive of the group today. She really did everything to force a mistake. And so for all of the lack of birdieing that she had done today, she did not make any kind of mistake. And now it's just a matter of what will the scores say in the history books of this tournament. It's fitting, isn't it? She's going to win the tournament on a par. She'd win it on a double bogey. She just wanted to finally get that win. Last year at the Table House the Open was that crowning moment for Park Ji-young.
땡겨놔. 그리고 이제 와서 이쪽에서 내가 들어가면 이쪽에서 땡겨줘. 들어가게 돼.
Well, she has some company as the runner-up if she makes this putt. And of course she does. The 6th time in her career, she is on the 2nd step of the podium.
이쪽에서 풀어줘. 들어가면 이쪽에서 풀어줘.
It's been over 2 years, 25 months removed. But Ji-hyun Seoul finally is once again a winner on the KLPGA Tour of Korea. A 2-under round of 70 gives her the title of the 17th Dukshin EPC Seoul Economics Ladies Classic. From Thursday to Sunday, the best of 102 players in the field. She's an absolute delight and the character when she's not winning. I imagine this is going to be a fun end to the broadcast today. She says, yeah, I'll take some more.
덕신 EPC 서울경제 레이디스 클래식 잠시 후 마지막 조 선수들 발표 접수가 끝나는 대로 이곳 18강 시상식 소개 후 경고 추첨이 진행 예정입니다. 여러분들은 시상식이 끝난 후에도 자리를 지켜주시기 바랍니다.
한 번씩에 한 번씩. 네, 감사합니다. 혼자 가서 독서하는데.
Well, that is a very happy Team Tungbu construction as we take a look at the putts for par to clinch it. Such an unbelievably submitted, high-spirited, just overall gem on this tournament. You can see how happy her colleagues and competitors were for her. 4th win in her career and the first since she won the Jeju Sundust Masters on August the 7th, 2022. And that's right, 4 of them now for Ji-hyun Seoul. She is 180 million richer today. and we're richer for having watched this tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you the final leaderboard. A two-stroke win for Jihan Seoul over Park Ju-young and Lee Yulin, who sets a career best today, finishing as the runner-up. Park Ju-young does it for the 6th time in her senior career. Yang Yeon-so, a 69 in the final round. She finishes tied for 9th at 8 under and is the low amateur of the competition. A pretty good day at the office for Pei So-hyun, who started at even par and works herself up to a share of 20th, a 69 as well for Lee So-young, who was able to improve to a tie for 31st. Kim Min-byul, a 74, bit of a disappointing final round for her, dropping to -1. Pang Min-ji able to finish the tournament even, tied for 37th. And we would have just moved past the name of Park Young, who has proverbially, handed over the reins. She had been the defending champion. She finishes at 3 under, tied for 20th with a 72 today. All the way down to 73rd, Chang Eun-soo, who was the bottom of the field that made the cut. We did start with 102, and it is Jihan Seoul who stands above the rest. We will, of course, hear from our champions shortly. We'll go through the final round highlights and then head to the awards presentation, as we are very much in the home stretch of the season. Just 3 more events remaining after this one. Back to Jeju next week for the S-Soil Championship. Sung Eugene, the defending champion. Then to La Vieille-Belle, the SK Telecom SK Shieldus Championship, followed by the season finale, which I'm sure by now you all know is the WeMix Championship from the Hyundai Beach Golf and Resort. We'll come back with highlights, and we remind you to stay tuned for the championship winners interview.
감사합니다. 감사합니다. 일단 그래도 이 10년이라는 시간이 저에게 이렇게 웃음을 선사해 주지 않았나 싶습니다. 일단 사실 첫 라운딩 할 때부터 그래도 뭔가 느낌이 나쁘지 않았고, 그래서 뭔가 전에는 우승 기회가 있더라도 뭔가 제가 준비가 안 된 상태였는데, 뭔가 요번 대회는 하면서 우승하고 싶다 할 그런 생각이 들었던 것 같아요. 그래서 4승해서 너무 기쁘고 또 뭔가 감정이 왔다 갔다 하는 것 같습니다. 이거 꼭 말하고 싶었던 부분인데, 사실 전지훈련을 되게 잘하고 왔다는 생각을 안고 시즌을 준비했는데, 이렇게 시작하자마자 제가 몸이 갑자기 저하가 되면서 좀 힘들었던 것 같아요. 근데 그때 도와준 선수가 있는데, 방신실 선수 부모님께서 저에게 도움을 주지 않았었다면 제가 지금 이 자리에 없었을 것 같습니다. 너무 감사하다고 전하고 싶어요. 일단 식이요법이나 뭐 운동을 제가 계속 했던 사람인데, 운동을 하면 안 된다라는 조언도 많이 해주고, 병원이나 또 좋은 선생님을 또 소개시켜 주셔가지고 제가 이렇게 도움을 받았던 것 같습니다. 네, 일단 여기 저희 가족들 함께 고생했는데, 이렇게 또 좋은 날 함께 해서 너무 기쁘고, 또 성적이 날 때나 안 날 때나 항상 묵묵히 지켜봐 주시는 허상희 부회장님, 그리고 차정훈 회장님께 너무 감사드리고, 제가 초에 몸이 안 좋다 보니까 좀 많은 변화들이 필요했거든요. 근데 브리지스톤에서 투어밴이 올해부터 대회장에 와주면서 제가 빨리 좀 컨트롤할 수 있는 부분이 있었던 것 같습니다. 그래서 유민기 회장님께 너무 감사드리고, 또 오빠들에게도 너무 감사드린다는 말 꼭 전해드리고 싶고, 또 제 몸 회복하는데 큰 도움을 준 홍 원장님께 너무 감사드리고, 그리고 또 글루리오스 쌤들 함께 가자 복근하는데 함께 동참해줘서 너무 고맙고, 그리고 여기 설장 팬 삼촌 이모들, 그리고 또 영국에서 와준 제이미 너무 감사하고, 또 오늘 또 동생들도 많이 왔어요. 또 먼 데서 왔는데 너무 큰 힘이 된 것 같습니다. 그리고 무엇보다 일단 많은 선수분들이 저에게 큰 격려와 또 위로, 그리고 응원 많이 보내줘서 제가 빨리 일어날 수 있었던 것 같습니다. 네, 사실 제가 투어 10년 10년 뛰는 게 제 목표였는데, 이렇게 금방 목표를 이루게 돼서 너무 기분이 좋고, 앞으로의 목표는 또 주영 언니처럼 꾸준히 열심히 한 대회 한 대회 좀 최선을 다하는 그런 선수가 되겠습니다. 네, 감사합니다.
Well, undoubtedly, a huge combination of jubilation and just relief. A reminder that yes, I can still, in fact, hang with the best. I can still be the best. Jian Seoul's reminded us of that this week, where everything just clicked for her. It wasn't the most exhilarating of finishes for her. Just a heck of a lot of pars. Well, this, when we had just begun the broadcast, in fact, this was the first hole we watched, her last birdie. Muscling it, and you could see the torque. She reached for everything she had in her locker. Came awfully close to it in the end, settled for par, and that was it. 4 strokes was the advantage heading to the back 9, and then it was all up to the chasing pack to try and reel her in. Yulin, the 9th in the race to the WeMix Championship. This, a career best outing for her. And she was marvelous at times and steady during the others. Pretty good combination, if I do say so myself. 11 is where we'll pick things up next. Park Ju-young, she was still over par for the day. It was a tough front 9 for her. This was the start of a brilliant second half. So finally, after failing to find birdies from 2 through 10, she had found 3 and 4, and would make it a 2-stroke deficit. She lost the tournament on 17 when she needed to birdie, and from there she knew that any combination of birdie bogey was her last hope. An eagle, of course, would have forced the issue. 69 meters out, it was leaving on average here a 1-meter putt or less. Fortunately for her, she went to the back left corner. So again, the math was quite simple. Had to make this putt and get a little bit of luck. Pushed it by the outside. Ultimately, would not have mattered because Hensel was able, while the rain was pelting down, to work it to about 10 centimeters away, tap in for the par, and that was good enough. For win number 4, something she has been chasing 26 months, and immediately greeted by her competitors and for Park Ju-young, one of the other elder stateswomen on tour. And a week that we celebrated Kim Hae-rim's retirement, we see another veteran take the top step. We're ready for the awards presentation.
김순희 수석 부회장님께서 수고해 주시겠으며 부상으로는 트로피가 수여됩니다. 덕신 EPC 서울경제 레이디스 클래식 베스트 아마추어 4라운드 총 280타 마이너스 8 언더파를 기록한 양윤서 선수입니다. 박수로 맞이해주시기 바랍니다. 네, 김순희 수석 부회장님께서 양윤서 선수에게 트로피와 꽃다발을 전달해 주셨습니다. 같이 카메라를 바라봐 주시고요. 사진 촬영 진행하겠습니다. 여러분 다시 한번 뜨거운 박수 부탁드립니다. 네, 양윤서 선수의 앞으로도 빛나는 활약 기대해 보도록 하겠습니다. 자, 그리고 우승자 시상에 앞서서 기부금 전달식이 있겠습니다. 이번 덕신 EPC 서울경제 레이디스 클래식은 국가보훈부 산하골프장인 88cc에서 대회가 열리는 만큼 참가 선수들이 총 상금의 5%의 금액을 보훈기금 조성을 위해 국가보훈부에 기부하며 뜻깊은 동행에 함께하기로 했습니다. 실력만큼이나 마음도 아름다운 선수들인데요. 기부금 전달에는 박주영 프로님께서 참가 선수 대표로 88컨트리클럽 서정천 대표이사님께 기부금을 전달하시겠습니다. 박주영 프로님을 앞으로 모시겠습니다. 박수 부탁드리겠습니다. 네, KLPGA를 대표하는 엄마 골퍼 박주영 프로님께서 서정천 대표이사님께 기부금을 전달해 주셨습니다. 함께 사진 촬영 진행하고 있고요.
감사합니다.
네, 수고해주신 대표이사님 그리고 박주영 프로님 대단히 고맙습니다. 자, 이제 마지막으로 덕신 EPC 서울경제 레이디스 클래식 대망의 우승자 시상을 진행하겠습니다. 덕신 EPC 서울경제 레이디스 클래식 우승자는 바로 4라운드 총 274타 마이너스 14 언더파를 기록한 지한솔 선수입니다. 축하합니다. 네, 뜨거운 박수와 함께 지한솔 선수가 나와주셨는데요. 먼저 덕신그룹 김명환 회장님께서 우승 자켓과 우승 상금 1억 8천만 원을 전달해 주시겠습니다. 네, 덕신그룹 김명환 회장님께서 우승 자켓을 입혀주고 계십니다. 네, 오늘 지한솔 선수가 입은 옷과 굉장히 잘 어울리는 우승 자켓이고요. 자, 앞에 바라보시고 사진 촬영
저 미안한데 반보만 뒤로 좀 가주실래요? 반보만 뒤로. 됐습니다. 예. 자, 앞에 보세요. 자, 앞에 보세요. 네, 자, 사랑합니다. 하나, 둘. 네, 감사합니다.
네, 계속해서 서울경제신문 서울경제TV 손동영 대표이사 사장님께서 트로피를 전달해 주시겠습니다. 네, 손동영 대표이사 사장님께서 트로피를 전달하고 있습니다. 네, 지금 이 순간 아낌없는 뜨거운 박수, 환호 많이 보내주시면 좋겠습니다. 그리고 계속해서 우승자 부상으로 템퍼 매트리스와 모션 베드를 전달해 주시겠습니다. 네, 다음은 한국여자 프로골프협회 김순희 수석 부회장님께서 축하의 꽃 목걸이를 전달해 주시겠습니다. 네, 꽃 목걸이를 걸어주셨습니다. 네, 지한솔 선수의 얼굴이 훨씬 더 밝게 빛나고 있는데요. 네, 다시 한번 뜨거운 박수 부탁드립니다. 마지막으로 덕신 EPC 서울경제 레이디스 클래식 대회 성공적인 개최와 감사의 마음을 담아서 참가 선수의 사인이 담긴 액자 증정식이 있겠습니다. 오늘 대회 우승자인 지한솔 선수께서 덕신그룹 김명환 회장님과 서울경제신문 서울경제TV 손동영 대표이사 사장님에게 전달해 주시겠습니다. 네, 사장님과 회장님은 지한솔 선수와 마주 바라봐 주시면 될 것 같고요. 네, 참가 선수의 사인이 담긴 액자 증정식 진행되고 있습니다. 카메라를 보시고 활짝 웃어주세요.
하나, 둘.
네, 덕신이
마트 거기 있어?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, so ends event 29 of the season. Jihan Seoul in a beautiful moment of celebration. You have to think, just like the colorful fauna around the course. She was color coordinating this morning when she chose that light green sweater to wear underneath the green jacket that fits like a glove. What a moment for her. She finally ascends to the top once again on the LPGA Tour of Korea, the 4th win of her career. It's been a marvelous week. The weather up until the very end was perfect. The course was in unbelievable shape, and the 88 Country Club played a very accommodating host to this nation's top flight of women's golf. Park Young-kyung, the defending champion, she passed the torch off this week to Jihan Seoul. So for now, we take a few days to prepare and reflect, just as Kim Hae-rim was able to do this week, as she officially called it a career at the end of the opening round. It was a special moment on Thursday, one of many special moments this week, as Park Ju-young made it an absolutely thrilling finish, but could not catch Jihan Seoul in the end. We will head south next week to Elysian Jeju for the S-Soil Championship, a 96-player field, the third to last for the season, But for now, we relish in the images and memories of the Dukshin EPC Seoul Economics Ladies Classic. On behalf of our fantastic SBS Golf crew, we thank you for joining us. I've been Adam Jenkins. We sign off from 88 Country Club and look forward to welcoming you back next week on the LPGA Tour of Korea.